What if I told you that the last digit of your birth year hides a secret about your past life? This isn't astrology, nor is it fortune-telling. It's an ancient thread of Buddhist wisdom passed down quietly for centuries among those who sought to understand not just the surface of life, but the deep, hidden rivers that shape our souls. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll discover what your birth year reveals about your karmic journey, your hidden strengths, and the lessons your soul came here to learn. Across cultures and civilizations, numbers have always carried a special meaning. Numbers are more than tools for calculation. They are vibrations, codes embedded in the universe, resonating through our lives in subtle, mysterious ways. In Buddhism, numbers are not just math. They are karmic maps, guiding us along the invisible pathways of our spiritual journey. The last digit of your birth year is said to connect you to certain karmic energies carried from your past life into this one. It's not about predicting your future or trapping you in fate. It's about understanding the journey your soul has taken and what it's here to master. Before we begin, if you feel drawn to wisdom like this, consider subscribing. Not for the numbers, but so you never miss an insight that could change the way you see yourself and your life. Let's begin with the first karmic number. If your birth year ends with 0, you are a child of completion. 0 is the circle, the emptiness, and the wholeness. In Buddhist thought, 0 is both the void from which all things arise and the return to emptiness when all things pass away. In your past life, your soul's journey was about finishing karmic cycles, tying up loose ends and bringing things to a close. You may notice that in your current life, endings come quickly. Relationships, jobs, even cherished dreams might seem to fade or slip away. This isn't a curse, it's a pattern your soul recognizes. Your lesson is to embrace impermanence. In Buddhism, one of the core teachings is that everything that begins must also end. Learn to let go with grace, to honor endings as sacred, and to trust that each ending is also a new beginning, waiting to emerge from the void. If your birth year ends with 1, you are the pioneer soul. 1 is the number of beginnings, the first step on a new path. In your past life, you were likely a seeker, someone who stepped into the unknown, leaving behind comfort and certainty to discover new truths. Now, you may feel restless, always searching for what's next, never quite satisfied with the present. This is the echo of your soul's longing for adventure and novelty. But remember, the Buddha taught, a jug fills drop by drop. Your lesson is to balance courage with patience. Don't rush your journey. Let every new beginning be met with mindfulness and intention. Celebrate your pioneering spirit, but also learn to appreciate the slow unfolding of life's mysteries. If your birth year ends with 2, you are the harmonizer. 2 is the number of duality, light and dark, yin and yang, the dance of opposites. In a past life, you learned about balance, about seeing both sides of every story. In this lifetime, you might struggle with indecision or feel a deep need to please others, always seeking to keep the peace. Your karmic lesson is to practice Chan Kien, right view. See things clearly, beyond black and white. Learn to honor both sides of yourself and to make decisions rooted in clarity, not in fear of conflict. Remember, true harmony is not the absence of difference, but the presence of understanding. If your birth year ends with 3, you are the creative spirit. 3 is the number of joy, curiosity, and the energy of creation. In your past life, you were an artist, an inventor, or someone who brought new ideas into the world. In this life, you carry that same spark, but you may find your energy scattered, many ideas, little completion. Your karmic lesson is to channel your creativity with mindfulness. Bring your ideas into compassionate action. Practice focusing on one thing at a time, seeing it through to the end, and letting your creations serve others. In this way, your creativity becomes a force for healing and transformation. If your birth year ends with 4, you are the builder. 4 is the number of stability, the foundation upon which all things rest. In your past life, You were a creator of structures, maybe homes, communities, or even temples. In this life, you may feel the weight of responsibility, always striving to provide or protect. Sometimes this can feel like a burden, but your karmic lesson is to build not just for survival, but for meaning. Align your actions with dharma, with truth and purpose. Build a life that supports the growth of your soul and the souls of those around you. Remember, true stability comes from living in harmony with your values. If your birth year ends with 5, you are the seeker of freedom. 5 is the number of movement, change, and exploration. In past lives, you were a wanderer, a monk, a traveler, someone who valued freedom above all else. In this life, you might feel restless, always yearning for new experiences, finding it hard to stay in one place or commit to one path. Your karmic lesson is to discover that true freedom is not escape, but presence. Practice mindfulness and find the freedom that exists even within stillness. Learn to be at home wherever you are and let your sense of adventure deepen into wisdom. If your birth year ends with 6, you are the nurturer. 6 is the number of care, healing, and compassion. In a past life, you were a healer, a caregiver, or a teacher, someone who put the needs of others first. In this life, people naturally seek your comfort and guidance. But your lesson is to balance compassion with wisdom, the 2 wings of Buddhism. Don't lose yourself in caring for others. Learn to set boundaries and to care for yourself as deeply as you care for those around you. In doing so, your kindness becomes sustainable and your presence becomes a true refuge for all. If your birth year ends with 7, you are the spiritual seeker. 7 is the number of contemplation, meditation, and the pursuit of truth. In your past life, you may have been a monk, a hermit, or a philosopher, someone dedicated to the inner journey. In this life, you might sometimes feel detached or misunderstood, as if you don't quite fit in with the world around you. Your karmic lesson is to bring your wisdom into daily life, not just in retreat or solitude. The Buddha said, "True wisdom is tested in the marketplace, not in the cave." Share your insights and let your spiritual understanding illuminate the ordinary moments of life. If your birth year ends with 8, you are the power soul. 8 is the number of strength, leadership, and material achievement. In a past life, you worked with power, perhaps as a leader, a merchant, or a warrior. In this life, you may be drawn to positions of influence or attract financial abundance, but you may also encounter conflict or struggle with control. Your karmic lesson is that power must serve compassion. Use your gifts to uplift others, not to dominate or compete. When power is guided by love, it becomes a source of healing instead of suffering. If your birth year ends with 9, you are the old soul. 9 represents completion, the end of a cycle. You have lived many lifetimes, gathering wisdom and compassion. In this life, you may feel a deep sense of empathy or carry the weight of the world's pain. Your karmic lesson is to let go of attachments. Don't carry the wounds of past lives into this one. As the Buddha said, "Let all that is old be released like leaves in autumn." Allow yourself to be renewed, to forgive, and to move forward unburdened by the past. Now that you know your karmic number, take a deep breath. This isn't a label or a box to confine you. It's an invitation to reflect, to look deeper into the patterns of your life. Your birth year doesn't define you. It reminds you. It reminds you of the karmic seeds you brought with you, and of the incredible freedom you have to plant new ones. Every moment is a chance to choose, to awaken, to transform your karma with wisdom and compassion. If you feel called, share in the comments. What is the last digit of your birth year? Did the lesson resonate with you? Sometimes in sharing our stories, we discover that we are not alone, that others walk similar paths, carrying similar lessons. As we draw to a close, remember the gentle smile of the Buddha, the blooming of the lotus, the soft glow of morning light. The Buddha never asked us to believe blindly. He asked us to look deeply, to observe, and to awaken for ourselves. Your birth year may hold secrets, but the greatest wisdom lies in your breath, in your choices, in the compassion you bring to this day. If these words touched you, if you found a reflection of yourself in these teachings, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. Not for me, but to keep this wisdom alive in a world that so desperately needs it. Each time you share, you plant a seed of understanding, a ripple of awakening that may reach someone just when they need it most. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are the awareness that transforms both. With every breath, you have the power to choose again, to meet yourself with kindness, and to walk the path of awakening. Your karmic number is a thread, but you are the weaver. May you walk gently, may you love deeply, and may you find peace in the journey. Namaste.